I remind the community of St. Martin that it is nearly 2 months ago that the Prime Minister was in Parliament to respond to questions from members of Parliament regarding GEBE. This meeting that was held on the 11th of October was the result of a request by the members of Parliament Heilige Martin, Emmanuel, and myself. We requested an urgent public meeting of Parliament due to the ongoing issues surrounding GEBE, especially where the billing of consumers was concerned. Because it was not too long before that meeting that the Minister of VSA was in the media announcing that he had secured an agreement with GB for a payment plan for persons, while on the other hand, the Prime Minister was publicly admonishing persons to pay their bills, an evident lack of coordination. Questions by members of Parliament about the inconsistencies of GEBE, where it pertains to billing and collection, were left unanswered. In fact, the urgent public meeting of Parliament is yet to continue. And now GB announced recently that as it is updating its administration, customers should expect bulks of bills simultaneously. With all this going on and the government mum on the many issues plaguing GEBE, the population is again confronted with disconnection notices in the local media. And this understandably leading to much anxiety in persons who have not yet paid up all outstanding, who have not received all of the billing, who have received wrong billing. Questions like, will they too be cut off? Did GEBE ever entertain a payment plan for consumers? And if so, for how long? Who exactly are being cut off? And in accordance with what order? At this time of the year, does our electricity company think this is good corporate behavior? Yes, GB might be in need of money, but there are so many wasteful acts, such as court penalties, that can be avoided. And it also begs the question whether the government has its ears to the ground and understands the plight of the population. It's easy to say, if you have not received your bills, put money aside for when you do receive these. But in an environment where too many of our people live from day to day, it is unrealistic and uncaring to even suggest this.
The discussions surrounding ENYA continue, and I understand that it's a legal discussion that's probably going to take quite some time to resolve. But regardless, there's a number of St. Martin ENYA pension holders that don't have clarity in terms of how safe or how secure their pensions are. Government in the past has made statements that, of course, they're supportive, but that's different than government making an official decision that they will guarantee that the ENYA pension holders will be paid in the event that there's a failure of ENYA, that government will stand behind them and ensure that their pensions will be paid. So will government make an official decision with an appropriate budget allocation so that the ENYA pension holders can rest assured that their pensions are secured?
Yes, thank you for that question. ENYA is a huge concern for this government of St. Martin, and we were prepared to take loans to save them. So I don't think you can get a bigger commitment than that. That fell through because whatever we do had to also be done by Curaçao because of our monetary union and the central bank being the one in charge of that whole process. So we are still in discussions with the central bank, Curaçao, and the Netherlands to come to a solution towards that. And government of St. Martin is committed to do anything that is necessary to be able to support that situation. It's not yet final, so I can't tell you what the plan is because, again, it's between Curaçao and St. Martin to ensure that we're covered. But we back in when we had to have a decision prior to, 10-10 23, when our loans would become due and we needed to have an agreement on the way forward, we made an agreement that is for a year that would be able to cover the process. At the end of the day, we need to finalize the discussion and, if necessary, make the amendment in budget 2024 moving forward. But thus far, there is no peril for any of the pension holders to receive their funds, and government is committed to cover any shortfall at this point.
Sorry, and we'll make an official decision with the budget allocation.
Yes, so
Okay.
It wouldn't be for 2023. Thus far, there is no real challenge. We even had assessments done as to what payouts are due every year, etc. And we would be able to cover it. It's a lot less if you look at that than if you look at ensuring that you have a lump sum to keep the fund solvent. So they are looking at the aufwickeling, I can't remember what that means in English, of the fund. And so that solution is being sought together with our counterparts in Curacao and the Netherlands to ensure that these pensioners are covered.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social health insurances.
Mr. Chairman, it is fair to assume that Telem is being run by different captains. My reason for saying this is because it is very essential that the Supervisory Board of Directors and Management team is always in a line with each other. And based on these comic books, Mr. Chairman, it doesn't seem that way. Mr. Chairman, in these books that I have read, another violation of the above-mentioned comics, it is stated that the board and management has made disbursements while the nature of the payments require prior approval of the Supervisory Board of Directors. Mr. Chairman, I would like to know, how is this possible? Is this a violation of Telem's Articles of Incorporation? In further reading of these comic books, Mr. Chairman, I have taken note that in the books, it was mentioned that the Supervisory Board of Directors at the time consisted of only 2 members as per April the 1st, while the Articles of Incorporation indicate a minimum of 5 members. So my question, Mr. Chairman, would be, why were there only 2 members? And since then, has any change been made? So, how many members are there currently on the board? Mr. Chairman, I am aware that Telem recently appointed a new CFO. Can you please indicate how many years the CFO was appointed for? And also, in the meantime, can you please indicate how many years was the CEO contract renewed for? Mr. Chairman, in my gist of reading these books, it came to my attention that since 2018, no goal setting nor evaluation of management has been performed. I would like to know how is that possible? So on what basis was the CEO contract renewed? Furthermore, is this still the case, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, what is the current financial situation of Telem, especially since their recently court case lost, which involved a significant amount that has to be paid out? Mr. Chairman, it came to my attention in my reading that the internal audit department is not being used to its full potential. Here it is again, a vital department as internal audit that has been basically shut down in GEBE is also not being used to its full potential in Telem. Mr. Chairman, why is that? And since in that reading or in these comics, why is that the case, Mr. Chairman? With regards to my observation, Mr. Chairman, has any change been done since then? So through you, Mr. Chairman, when I continue to read, is it fair to say the information is limited? Doesn't really say much. It basically just outlines the challenges relationship of the management and the supervisory board. The internal audit department, which is not functioning 100%, and it touches on a few projects. So my question is, the entire situation, was it an additional report submitted with the supervisory board of Telem, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, throughout the years, I have championed my concerns with regards to the employees, especially with regards to the 12.5% cut. As a result, I am now following up with next questions. Did Telem employees receive their vacation pay? And for those whose salaries are maxed out, did they receive their merit, which in other words is a lump sum? Did the employees receive their profit sharing? Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask this question now. And I'm very concerned. Is it true that Telem plans to downsize once again of their employees? So, or is it so that Telem is planning to downsize when it comes to their employees, between 50 to 75 individuals? So what I'm saying, Mr. Chairman, is it that Telem will be laying off after election? If so, please indicate what's the reason for such, and when will this take place? Mr. Chairman, I would also like to know, what does the current government, the NA government, doing about this, if they are aware of it, which I believe they are? What is their opinion, and do they agree with putting innocent and hard-working people out of jobs? Mr. Chairman, I am asking this because since this government has been in place for the past 4 years, many locals have been victimized. Many locals have lost their job, which involved decision-making of our current government, the NA government, Mr. Chairman. But I can't be remiss and not put in UP with them too as well. Is it correct that the downsize will mainly involve employees that is 50 years and up, Mr. Chairman? Is it correct that the layoff will also be focused on redundancy of functions within the company, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, is it also correct that Helma is still in a management position at Telem, still have the own phone, still have a company vehicle, still have an office at Telem? If this is the case, Mr. Chairman, can Parliament be provided with her function, Mr. Chairman, and the reason for her still being at Telem? Mr. Chairman, as of today, can the government give an outline, detailed breakdown of the finances of Telem, seeing that they have lost the case with Mayor and have millions to pay? Mr. Chairman, can Telem carry that debt?
Like every year, we commemorate the Lord sparing us safe passage during the hurricane season. It is our tradition, it is our culture, and it pleases my heart to see so many that have turned out here today. May God bless each and every one of you as we fill our hearts with gratitude that we can safely gather here for the National Day of Thanksgiving. This day holds profound significance for all of us as we come together as one to express our collective appreciation to our Lord God for the blessings that he has bestowed upon St. Martin, upon each and every one of us during the 2023 hurricane season. Firstly, let us bow our heads for a moment of silence in gratitude to the Almighty for guiding us safely through the challenges of the past season. We have experienced some near misses, and still we give thanks. A few seconds of silence and reflection. We can stand and sit here today united, resilient, and stronger than ever. The journey we have been spared has not been without its trials and its tribulations. It has not been without serious tests where we sat in fear, praying and hoping to be spared. But through the grace of God, despite those close calls, because of the grace of God and the indomitable spirit of our people, he has carried us through. I am reminded of the scripture of Psalm 107, verses 29 and 30. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. They were glad when it grew calm, and he guided them to their desired haven. And aren't we grateful indeed? Our gratitude also extends to the dedicated and selfless efforts of the Emergency Operations Center. Our emergency responders, all of the volunteers, and our community members who work diligently, tirelessly to ensure the safety of the people of St. Martin, to ensure the well-being of all of us. Though sometimes we could bunker down in our homes, they had to remain at the ready to go out in the midst of the storm. And so we gave thanks for them. I must also add that a lot of training took place in 2023. Community leaders, departments are all even more prepared than they have ever been. And also they are trained to train others. And for that, we give thanks because that ensures continuity of preparedness and readiness for whatever we may face. As we give thanks today, let us also reflect on the lessons learned from the trials that we have indeed faced. Let this day be a reminder of the importance of unity, the importance of preparedness that I just spoke of, and of course, compassion, caring for one another, caring for the most vulnerable in our community. It is in these moments, brothers and sisters, it is in these moments of challenge that the true character of a community shines through. And St. Martin, the people of St. Martin have proven time and time again that we are a truly compassionate, caring, and resilient people, supportive of family as well as strangers. Moving forward, let us continue to commit to building a more resilient and sustainable future, not just for this generation, but for future generations to be able to live, work, breathe, play, and enjoy being a family. Together, we have been working on solidifying our infrastructure we have just been able to secure the necessary funds to be able to do so. We are also enhancing our early warning system so that we can get early warnings also for things such as earthquakes and other disasters. We have continued to strengthen our emergency response and their capacities one by one, and I am truly proud of all that they've gone through. By doing this, we not only prepare for the challenges that may lie ahead, but we
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurances.
At RBC, we know the roles you have to play can change quickly. Whether it's a homeowner, a new parent, today's head chef, or the family chauffeur. Whatever life asks you to be. RBC is a bank for all of you. Win Christmas cash with a no-fee loan from RBC.
The imperative for the CXC to adapt becomes even more pronounced. The old paradigm must give way to new ways of viewing education in the Caribbean. Achieving success on this international stage calls for a fundamental shift in our approach to education in the 21st century. Our educational strategies must align with the demands of the global landscape. It is therefore incumbent upon us to educate our populace in a manner that equips them with essential skills required to thrive and compete effectively on the global scale. By collaborating closely with regional governments, the CXC can spearhead the repositioning of regional education. First and foremost, education should be positioned as a tool for personal and social empowerment, empowering individuals to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to societal progress. Second, the CXC can play a pivotal role in aligning regional education with the dynamic demands of the global marketplace.
That's why I hesitated to say you're among the best in the world, because I don't want you to compare yourself with the world, because in you there's a greater potential that you can realize. And when you begin to fulfill your potential, you'll recognize that the world will have to look up to us. We have done it in sports, even though Chairman is crying now about the West Indies. But we have done it in sports. We have done it in music. We have done it in culture. We have done it in political leadership, because you see right now political leadership is being provided to the world through the region. And I speak of Prime Minister Miramore Motley, Prime Minister of Jamaica, President Ali of Guyana, and others across the region.